You obviously feel very passionate about the national debt. The other day you gave a speech in which you compared it to slavery.
To slavery, yes. And that's not a racist thing to do, by the way, which I know somebody's going to claim it is.
Don't you ever fear that by using hyperbole like that, obviously you don't literally mean it's like slavery, which cost millions of people their lives and there was rape and torture. You're using it as a metaphor, but don't you ever worry that by using that kind of language you risk obscuring the point you're trying to make?
There is another definition of slavery, and that is being beholden to some kind of master that is not of your choosing. And yes, the national debt will be like slavery when the note comes due.
So you're not worried. I mean, I'm taking it as a no that you're not concerned about the language.
I'm not one to be politically correct, evidently, and
okay.
No, I don't worry about things like that, because no matter what I say, no matter what a lot of conservatives say, they'll be targeted, and distractions will be attempted to be made to take the listener and the viewer's mind off what the point is by pointing out, oh, she said the word slavery in a speech, and I did say the word slavery because I want to make a point.
But you can understand why African Americans or others might be offended by it, though.
I can, if they choose to misinterpret what it is that I'm saying. And again, I'm sure if we opened up a dictionary, we could prove that with semantics that are various, we can prove that there is a definition of slavery that absolutely fits the bill there when I'm talking about a bankrupt country that will owe somebody something down the line. If we don't change things, that is, we will be shackled. We will be a slave to those whom we owe. There is another definition of slavery, and that is being beholden to some kind of master that is not of your choosing. There is another definition of slavery, and that is being beholden to some kind of master that is not of your choosing. And yes, the national debt will be like slavery when the note comes due. I did say the word slavery because I want to make a point.
But you can understand why African Americans or others might be offended by it, though.
I can, if they choose to misinterpret what it is that I'm saying. And again, there is another definition of slavery, and that is being beholden to some kind of master that is not of your choosing.
She called and she just wanted to help, and she knows all about making things great. Everybody wanted her endorsement. She said, what you're doing, Donald, is amazing. It's a movement, and it is a movement. It's a movement, and we're going to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Sarah Palin. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oklahoma. It is so good to be here. So good to be here where your state motto being work conquers all. Are you all ready to work to make America great again? You ready to elect the great next president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump?
There is another definition of slavery, and that is being beholden to some kind of master that is not of your choosing. Speaking of Hillary Clinton, though, I'll never forget Bill Clinton saying about Barack Obama and his story, his agenda, that it was the biggest fail he'd ever seen. And he was right, because Barack Obama was not qualified, he was not prepared, and that the manifestation of that today is the problem that we see left and right in our economy.
Sarah Palin has a new book out, and in it she writes this: should Secretary Clinton and I ever sit down over a cup of coffee, I know that we would fundamentally disagree on many issues, but my hat is off to her hard work on the 2008 campaign trail. Is this somebody you'd like to sit and have coffee with, and do you plan to read the book?
Well, I absolutely would look forward to having coffee. I've never met her, and I think it would be, very interesting to sit down and talk with her. And I've got more than I can say grace over to read, but obviously in the next week there's going to be a lot of attention paid to her book, and I'm sure that I'll see excerpts printed and snippets of interviews as I channel surf in Singapore and in Shanghai and in Beijing. But I'm ready to have a cup of coffee. Maybe I can make a case on some of the issues that we disagree on.
Hillary Clinton, I think, is a terrific woman. I mean, I'm a little biased because I've known her for years. I live in New York. She lives in New York, and I've known her and her husband for years, and I really like them both a lot. And I think she really works hard, and I think she's given an agenda that's not all of her, but I think she really works hard, and I think she does a good job, and I like her.
Do you think that she says she's out at the end of this term? Do you think we're going to see her again running for office?
I think so. I think, assuming she's healthy, which I hope she will be, I think she probably runs after the next 4 years, I would imagine.
I have one of the most successful Starbucks in Trump Tower.